What does it truly mean to be a sister? I mean, is it just a biological thing or is it something, much deeper, forged in shared experiences, support, even challenges?
That's a really profound question, isn't it? And often the answer, well, it unfolds in some pretty unexpected ways. These bonds of sisterhood,
Hmm.
wherever they come from, they often turn out to be this incredible source of strength. They really shape who we are.
Absolutely. And today, that's exactly what we're doing, taking a deep dive into these multifaceted bonds of sisterhood. We're drawing on stories and insights from Source of Strength by Lucia Lepe.
Right. And our mission really is to uncover the surprising ways these connections, blood, choice, circumstance, whatever it is, how they become this irreplaceable foundation.
Yeah, revealing insights that might actually redefine how you think about family and support itself. Okay, let's unpack this a bit.
Okay.
Many of us, we have siblings, right? And often our earliest, maybe most vivid memories, they're all tangled up with them. There's a kind of unique magic in those early years.
Hmm, definitely. And what's fascinating is how these early interactions, maybe playful, maybe more profound, they aren't just, cute stories. They actually lay the groundwork for lifelong connections.
They really do.
These are the moments that kind of create this shared language, almost an emotional blueprint for understanding each other later on.
Like that innocent but really elaborate Santa trap you mentioned, planned by three kids.
Exactly. Using an abacus of all things to catch Santa. Well,
Yeah.
sounds funny, but it's like an early lesson in working together, shared purpose.
It is. That early sense of teamwork is so powerful.
Right.
Or there's that incredible story from Sharon McElroy, Contra the Peak, an 11-year-old taking her 7-year-old stepbrother Lisa on this like forbidden
Yeah,
adventure.
climbing that massive dirt pile to the top of the world.
Right. Their clothes got filthy. They were grounded for weeks, naturally. But that memory, feeling on top of the universe together, that stayed. It kind of speaks to that basic human need for exploration, doesn't it?
It really does. And how siblings often become our first partners in, well, pushing boundaries.
Yeah.
And that story, it just beautifully shows how these seemingly naughty things can actually be really profound bonding moments. Creates that sort of us against the world feeling.
Hmm.
And it's not just adventure. We also see these early acts of like nurturing and real empathy popping up.
I like the second grader asking for half of everything from her sister's lunch.
Yes. Half a sandwich, half a cookie, even half a bunch of grapes. It seems small, but it shows that instinct for sharing, for caring, that often defines these relationships right from the get-go.
And sometimes it's imagination, right? Like Mary Panache's talented chefs, two girls stirring imaginary soup in a playhouse back in '58, creating a whole world together.
Mm. Those are the moments that shape how we understand someone else's way of seeing things.
And that foundational protection comes up too. Like Myra, just 11, walking her little first grade sister Bunny to school in childhood memories.
Yeah, sharing stories, comforting her. It's this quiet but uh, really significant act of older sibling responsibility. Often goes unnoticed at the time.
You're right. That protective thing, even if it's subtle, it carries a lot of emotional weight. We see that in a really poignant way with Sarah Beth, the mischievous sister,
Ah, yes, the one who's always breaking rules.
and tragically died in a car accident at 4. The narrator was only 6 months old then, so no immediate feeling of loss.
Right, but years later.
Years later, sees a picture, and suddenly the emotional weight of losing that sister, it just hits her. It shows how these bonds can echo through life, even beyond conscious memory.
That's a really powerful point about delayed grief. And, it's not always sisters protecting sisters.
Mhm.
There's also that story from Lana Brookman, Your Gift, about the 17-year-old brother, Sonny.
Oh yeah, picking up his 7-year-old sister from dance class all the time.
He saw it as a duty, something that made him feel mature. It's just a testament to how those quiet acts of care, even from a brother, build this fundamental sense of reliability of family connection that lasts for decades.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting, I think. Not all sisters are, blood related, are they?
Not at all.
Sometimes the deepest bonds, they pop up in really unexpected places. Kind of challenges our whole definition of family.
Exactly. And it raises that big question, what actually defines a sister if it's not genetics? These sources, they just beautifully show how chosen connections or totally unexpected ones can be just as deep, maybe even deeper.
It's like an aha moment for a lot of people, I bet.
Definitely. It redefines kinship. It often
Hmm.
shows that, shared understanding and just being there, that unwavering presence, those are the real anchors.
Yeah.
Like in my sisters, the narrator has no biological sisters, right?
Mhm.
But she talks about close friends like Frida, who just got her, despite their differences, and Carol, who helped her through her husband's death and a cancer diagnosis. She calls them her true sisters.
Wow. It really reminds you of that Euripides quote, doesn't it? One loyal friend is equal to 10,000 distant relatives.
Perfectly captures it.
Yeah.
It's about the connection's depth, not the DNA.
Totally. And speaking of unexpected connections, there's that absolutely astonishing story in the Source of Strength intro in Sister Rose about Luann.
Oh, yeah, the phone number.
Right. Stared at this number for 2 days, finally calls it back, and discovers she has an older sister who'd been searching for her for 15 years.
15 years, ever since she was taken away by Father Bill as a kid.
And Luann had always felt lonely, wished for a sibling, never knowing this sister was out there actively looking. What a discovery, finding a missing piece of yourself through someone else.
It's incredible, isn't it? How a connection lost for so long can just instantly fill that gap and kind of reshape your whole sense of self. And these surprising resemblances keep showing up. In Catherine Madera's surprised sister, the narrator, she kind of resisted meeting Corinne at first.
Right, she wasn't keen.
But then she meets her and realizes Corinne looks so much like her and even thinks like her. And Corinne becomes the sister that my heart desires.
Wow.
It suggests that sometimes the deepest bonds are with people who mirror our own deepest selves, even if we maybe fight that reflection initially.
That's a beautiful way to think about it, finding a mirror. And even sisters-in-law, right? They can become real sisters, go beyond first impressions or even difficult associations.
Absolutely. Pamela Haskins' story in Lovely Kelly and Lovely Gift is a great example. Her brother's wife, Kelly.
And the name Kelly was painful for the narrator initially.
Exactly, because it was her deceased younger sister's name. But this new Kelly, through her wonderful character and this really thoughtful Christmas gift, a necklace from their dead grandfather, she becomes another Kelly, who is just as precious as my first own. It's this amazing transformation where one Kelly helps heal the pain tied to the other.
That really speaks to how new relationships can reshape how we see the past.
It does. And there's also the dynamic between Bill's sister, Joyce described as lively and hot-tempered, and his wife, the narrator, who was quiet and mature.
Opposites, maybe.
Seemingly. The wife, an only child who actually liked being one, she grew to really appreciate Joyce's unwavering support when Bill got that terminal bowel cancer diagnosis. It just shows how hardship can strip away those surface differences and forge these incredibly deep, strong bonds. Proves sisterhood can bloom in the most unexpected family corners.
So, when life throws its absolute toughest stuff at us, what does this all mean? How do these bonds actually become that unique, unwavering source of strength we're talking about?
Well, this is really where the true essence of sisterhood just shines through. It's revealed as much more than just comfort. It's about turning that shared vulnerability into a kind of collective resilience.
Yeah.
Often through these deep, unspoken connections.
Right.
Think about the main source of strength story itself. 3 sisters, Gail, Dale, and Elaine, rallying when Gail had a breast cancer scare.
Holding hands in the waiting room.
Exactly. Finding strength in their shared fear. That physical touch, that shared anxiety, it created this incredibly powerful, almost tangible support system. And the relief when the results were clear. Huge.
That shared physical and emotional space is just so potent, isn't it? And then there's the incredible emotional commitment in Rhonda Adkins's promise to Roxanne.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah. The narrator takes on raising her middle sister Roxanne's sons, Justin and Sean, after Roxanne gets sick with AIDS and eventually dies.
Fulfilling that promise to her dying sister, even when the boys got into trouble later on.
It's just such a testament to how sisterhood bonds can reach beyond life itself, creating these lasting legacies of care.
It's a promise that literally defined a lifetime. And then, the strange link, Nancy donating a kidney to her sister.
Who had kidney failure. Wow.
It highlights this profound physical and emotional connection, the ultimate act of self-giving. Nancy said she didn't even have to think about it.
Didn't even have to consider it.
It's more than just help. It's this, intrinsic life-saving commitment. Shows the depth of a biological bond becoming a literal lifeline.
That's truly selfless, almost instinctive. And speaking of selfless acts during illness, Bonnie Davidson's The Most Beautiful Christmas, the husband arranging that surprise visit.
From his wife's sister, Maureen, and the nieces and nephews.
Yeah, when the narrator was going through really grueling breast cancer treatments, feeling terrible, and Maureen, who'd maybe seemed a bit cold on the phone before.
Right, she was part of this beautiful healing surprise. It just speaks to how sisters can sometimes intuitively grasp those unspoken needs,
Mm.
and deliver exactly the emotional lift that's needed in a crisis.
Absolutely. And beyond illness, sisterhood often provides this moral compass and profound lessons in loyalty.
Yes, like in Sister's Love, the younger sibling writes on the floor in shock, terrified,
And the older sister steps up.
bravely takes the blame, suffers the consequences herself so her little sister won't get punished. That act, it leaves this lifelong lesson in selflessness, in protective love. Teaches you early on that connection means standing up for each other, even when it's hard.
That's incredible loyalty, especially so young. And in My Treasure, Cynthia, 16, volunteering at a hospital.
Describing the outside world flowers. A Dalmatian to David, a blind 7-year-old patient.
And her younger sister watches this, sees Cynthia's lovely spirit. It teaches the younger sister about seeing the world through someone else's heart. It shows how sisters can subtly guide each other, shape perspectives, foster empathy just by their actions.
And we also see growth and acceptance coming out of these bonds, even with, really challenging family dynamics. Joe and Molly. Joe, the older son, initially felt alienated by his mom's pregnancy at 39.
Right, not happy about it.
Not at all. But eventually he develops this fierce protective bond with his baby sister Molly. Shows real concern when she has health scares. He overcomes that initial reluctance.
It shows how compassion can just override those preconceived ideas, forging unexpected bonds of care.
Definitely. And then there's that powerful reconciliation in No One is Immortal. The narrator, Stace, she starts out expressing deep hate for her oldest sister, Dana.
But you can tell she really yearns for her love and support underneath it all.
Exactly. And it leads to this pivotal moment, an embrace that she says heals all of my heart's scars. It really shows how even long-standing conflict, if there's vulnerability, can lead to profound healing. Rediscovering that essential bond that was always there, just buried.
Wow.
And that journey of acceptance is also really clear in The Perfect Garden. The narrator learns about her disabled sister, Annie, who lives in a hospital.
And she realizes her parents' super strict, perfect home wouldn't have worked for Annie.
Precisely. She understands that Annie's presence, though different, brings this imperfect but truly beautiful aspect to their family, to their home. It's a realization that challenges those societal ideas of perfection and embraces the unique, transformative beauty of all family members.
That's a lovely way to put it. And sometimes sisters push us to grow in more daring ways, like catalysts.
Yes. According to Sister, the older sister, Chris, leads her younger sister on all these risky escapades, sneaking out, walking on a highway.
Rafting in a pond by a liquor store.
Right. Teaching her to dare to face perils.
Yeah.
And that experience profoundly shaped the younger sister's choices later in life, encouraging her to take risks, not just settle.
It highlights that role of sister as maybe a primal guide, shaping your whole approach to life's challenges.
Exactly.
So even when paths diverge, circumstances change, what is it that truly lasts in these sisterly relationships? How do these connections keep resonating?
Well, if we kind of connect this to the bigger picture, it seems clear that memories and this sort of intrinsic understanding, they form the real bedrock of these bonds, often transcending physical presence or even life itself.
Yeah.
It really emphasizes how profound connection can defy distance, defy time. The diary entry about Shoshana and Ilana shows this perfectly. Shoshana moves away for school, Ilana struggles.
But that pink picture frame.
Exactly. Chosen by Ilana, even though Shoshana disliked pink. It becomes this cherished reminder of their bond. Sustains their connection through letters, through memories. It's like a physical anchor for that unbreakable emotional thread.
That's such a poignant detail. The frame is a symbol. And in Difference, you have two sisters, totally different personalities, right? Even argue over keepsakes.
Very different. But they realize how essential they are to each other when they face shared grief, their mother's death, and then one sister's terminal lung cancer diagnosis.
It's the shared hardship that brings them together.
It really solidifies their bond. Shows that those underlying differences can just dissolve when faced with profound shared human experience. And in Hello and Goodbye, there's this distant relationship between Gloria and the narrator. It only really blossoms later in life.
And even after Gloria dies.
The connection lasts. The narrator feels her sister is always willing to lend a sympathetic ear. It proves that deep connection can be found at any age, and it can persist beyond physical presence, still offering comfort.
And sometimes the echoes that last longest are in those quiet moments from the shared past. Moments of growth, realization.
Like in Roof Creaking, the older sister, Betty, gently debunking Santa Claus for her younger sister, Bonnie.
Revealing that parents are the elves of Santa Claus.
Exactly. It's a shared moment of realization, of growing up a little, a secret understanding between them that becomes part of their unique history.
A shared past is also so central to Lovely Gift by Cindy Beck, the other Lovely Gift story. The older sister giving the younger one that necklace from their grandfather.
Hmm. Solidifying their bond through shared grief, unspoken understanding. It's more than just an object, isn't it?
Definitely not.
It's this precious memento carrying the weight of memory, shared loss, passed from heart to heart, strengthening their connection through that collective history.
And the four sisters in your gift, they show the cumulative power of just sharing life, day in, day out.
Yeah, sharing everything. One bathroom, dancing to records, all the big milestones, birthdays, graduations, weddings.
Consistently helping each other, looking out for each other, defining their relationship as not just sisters, but best friends.
It highlights how those shared everyday experiences, sorry, slipped there for a sec, piling up over time, build this unbreakable fabric of mutual support and friendship.
No worries. And finally, those reflections in No One is Immortal after the narrator's sister dies from cancer. That really hits home about the lasting impact.
It really does. It leads to this new appreciation for the brevity of life, right? The importance of making the most of every moment.
Fueled by remembering her sister's wisdom, that quote, "No one is immortal, so make the most of every moment of your life fullest."
Yeah. It's just a powerful reminder that the wisdom, the presence of our sisters, even after they're gone, can keep guiding us.
Wow. Our deep dive today, it's really revealed the extraordinary power of sisterhood, hasn't it, in all its forms?
Yeah.
From that innocent childhood mischief forging early identity to the unwavering support through life's biggest challenges. These stories from Source of Strength, they show us sisters can be protectors, confidants, teachers, just a constant wellspring of strength.
They really highlight how these bonds, whether they're biological or chosen, they nurture growth, they provide solace, create these indelible memories that last a lifetime, and sometimes even beyond.
So as you reflect on these really powerful narratives, maybe consider your own closest connections. What unique strength do you personally derive from those relationships, whether it's with a sister by blood, by choice, or maybe by circumstance?
Yeah, and how do you continue to nurture and cherish those bonds, knowing they can be, well, maybe the most profound sources of love and support in your entire life?
Perhaps this deep dive will encourage you to look at your own sisters, however you define them, in a new light. Or maybe just to reach out and connect with someone who's been that unique source of strength for you.